Well, hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be testing out the Yarbo Lawn Mower Pro. And because this lawnmower is designed to efficiently cut up to 6 acres per week, testing it out on my garden would be a little bit of a waste of time and slightly overkill. So instead, we're going to load this up into the van and take it to an overgrown farm to really put it through its paces. But before we do that, I'm going to take this out of the box and we're going to cover a few of the main points which are going to make this extremely useful on the overgrown farm. Now I have that unboxed and constructed, I'm now going to install the battery. Now this is a very large battery at 38.4 amp hours, which is absolutely massive. But you'll probably understand why when you get to see the hardware that this has got to power. The battery itself is really easy to install. You just slide it into the compartment and connect it up, and then it's ready to charge up. And now I'm going to place the Yarbo core onto the wireless charging pad, and while that's charging up, I'm going to unbox the Lawn Mower Pro module. And I'm going to do this quickly because I'm very eager to get this beast up to the farm to see what it can do. So I've taken out all the tools and accessories that come with the Lawn Mower Pro, and now I'm going to move straight on to the mulching discs that are underneath. The Pro module comes with 2 of these already attached, so it's a combined cutting width of 20 inches. But as I'm taking up to the farm, which is going to be mowing some very rough grass with lots of weeds in, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to use the fixed blades that also come with this module. And each one of these blades, or using the discs, is actually powered by 2 300 watt motors. And they actually have a peak performance of 2,500 watts, which is what it'll use when it hits a particularly rough patch of weeds or grass, and it will use that extra power to boost the blades. Now I've got all that sorted, it's time to get it loaded up into the van and take it to the farm. So this can deal with 35-degree slopes, and as you can see, it's dealing with these ramps very easily. And now the core is safely aboard the van, it's time to load up the Lawn Mower Pro and then hit the road. And then after a very nice but uneventful journey to the farm, we arrived just in time for some rain. But it's not that bad, so I'm definitely not going to let that ruin my day. I'm now going to get everything unloaded and then get this all set up in one of the barns. But before I do that, I'm going to get the core turned on and then I'm going to connect it up to the controller, because there is absolutely no way I'm going to carry this beast all the way around the farm to where the barn is. The Yarbo is a modular system with the Smart Assist module and the lawnmower module I'll be using today, and also a leaf blower for autumn, a snow blower for winter, and even a strimmer attachment for those hard to reach edges. So I'm going to unload the core now, and with the speed of 1,000 gazelle, I'm going to get around to the barn and get this all set up, kitted out, and get it actually working. As you can see from the scenery on this farm, there's a lot of long grass, but there's also a lot of meadowland that does get cut regularly, and both of those are going to be on the job list of the Yarbo Lawn Mower Pro today. When you get one of these machines, you do actually get a data center with it that needs plugging into the internet. However, I'm not going to be using that here today, because you can also use this via the 4 and 5G network. So for the rest of this video, you will assume that I am just using the Net RTK services, which is really handy because on this farm there is no internet. Now everything's all set up, I'm just going to uninstall the AI module and then pop on the mowing module. At the moment the Yarbo core is charging up on its wireless charging pad. Now the interesting thing about this is you do get a wired charger as well as the wireless charging pad, but this will actually charge up faster when it's on the wireless charging, which is quite amazing and goes to show you just how good wireless charging technology is becoming. Now, although I've got this set up in the barn, this is actually rated for all weather purpose and is designed to live outside through all of the seasons, all year round. Now the mowing module's installed, but I've noticed in my haste to get here, I did actually forget the rubber collar which covers this section, which just stops any debris getting into the actual core. But I've not got time to go and get it now, so I'm just going to get cracking and get the first area mapped. But before I do that, I'm going to sign in to the Net RTK services using my 4 and 5G, just so it knows where it is. So combining the Net RTK, which is the 4 and 5G, which it's using as the GPS, and also adding this to the Vision, which is the AI cameras on the front of this machine, it will know where it is at all times, which means I can get this map saved away. But before I can save any maps away, I actually need to draw one, and that's just what I'm going to do next. So it's a very easy process. You just drive the Yarbo around the area that you want it to mow. This may take some time because it's such a large field, but fortunately I've got fast forward. So this is now my first map I'm going to get saved away. I could get the rest of these fields mapped and then add them onto this, but because I'm really eager to see what this can do, I'm actually going to get it to mow this large field first. And because there's always something to do on this farm, while this is mowing this field, I'm going to be busy working somewhere else. This field is about 2,700 square meters, which is about 29,000 square feet. And while I'm working elsewhere on this farm, I can monitor the progress via the app. Well, it finished that field off just great, but while I was working on the other side of this farm, a robin seems to have made itself quite at home on top of the Yarbo, which is fine with me because the Yarbo needs to recharge anyway before I'm going to test out another one of these features and map out a few more lawns and get them added together. This farm has got quite a lot of large fields, but it's also got a lot of these smaller areas of grassland that all need linking up together, and then I can get this scheduled to mow whenever and however I like. The mapping process itself is exactly the same as before. I'm simply navigating the Yarbo around the outer edge of the grass area, and the Yarbo app will create a visual representation of this to go along with the other map that I've already drawn. And then later on I can customize these zones however I like. Now if we take a look inside the app, we can see some of the customizations that are actually available. Starting with mowing speed, which is obviously how fast you would like your Yarbo to actually cut your lawn. And then there's the obstacle avoidance mode. This basically sets the sensitivity of the obstacle avoidance. You can choose the mowing height, you can even decide what your target height is going to be, and if your grass is really long, the Yarbo will slowly reduce the cutting height over a period of time to make sure your grass doesn't get damaged. You can even decide what pattern you would like the Yarbo to mow. Now I'm an old school gardener, so I like my stripes, so parallel is pretty much the only way I ever mow, but if you're more adventurous than me, feel free to check out some of these others. And there's even more customizations you can make in the advanced settings. You can even decide which way around you want your mower to go via the perimeter direction. You can even decide at the end of a mowing strip how you would like the mower to turn. I'm probably going to spend quite a lot more time looking at some of these advanced options, but for now it's more important that I get the rest of this grass cut, and when I say I do in fact mean the Yarbo. And while it's finishing off this last little bit of lawn for today, let's take a look at what it's done, how it's managed, and what my personal views are. But before we get into that, if you'd like any further information about the Yarbo Core and the Yarbo Lawn Mower Pro, please check out the links in the description. Now, all in all, I think this did a fantastic job cutting this lawn. This is not the nicest grass in the world. It's full of a lot of weeds, patches of gravel, there's even molehills that pop up. There were a few popped up while I was actually cutting this lawn, but the Yarbo coped admirably with all of that. Now, anytime you get a new piece of equipment and a new app or some new tech to learn, there is a slight learning curve. However, after a few hours and a little bit of playing around and also a few tips and advice from the app, I managed to get everything working as it should, and I can't wait to come back here again and add the rest of the lawns onto my mowing regime. I was massively impressed with the navigation and the GPS on this, despite not using the data center provided and relying solely on the 4G network and the AI vision cameras and the very smart brain that this machine has. And all of that gave me absolutely no problems at all with the navigation, despite the fact we're on a farm in the middle of nowhere. And the last thing I'm going to say about the Yarbo Core and the Yarbo Lawn Mower Pro is it was extremely well built, tough, robust, and it also dealt with all the terrain that I could throw at it today. And the next time we come to this farm, we're going to really test out what this beast can do on the slopes. Anyway, we've reached the end of the video today. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to check out the links in the description. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.